This wasn't a policy debate. It was a warning. In a tense hearing, a Democratic lawmaker accused the Trump administration of running lawless ICE raids, secret detentions, and unconstitutional enforcement, and issued a clear message: there will be accountability. What you're about to hear explains why communities across the country are alarmed.
Thank you, Representative Ansari. I'd now like to recognize Representative McClain Delaney from Maryland for 4 minutes.
Thank you, Ranking Member Jayapal and Representative Omar, for arranging this hearing. And I think it's really important because we do have the express authority to conduct oversight, and we must continue to do so at this incredible time. I have to say, I'm just speechless after the last night and then today hearing all of this, and I just thank to each of you for sharing your perspectives and your experiences against this lawless, cruel, unconstitutional actions, including the murder of Renee Good, a mother. But I have to say that it is a concerted effort, really, to stew chaos and distrust and terror. And it is something that is not only undermining our public safety, but as many said, our very democracy itself. But what did give me unbelievable admiration is the absolute courage and resilience of Minnesota to stepping up to Operation Metro Surge. And just know that transparency and rule of law will triumphant over this dark time. I represent Maryland's 6th District, home to Gaithersburg and Germantown, who are some of Maryland's most diverse communities. And my constituents are immigrants. They come from around the world. And in Maryland, we've seen discriminatory enforcement, illegal deportations, including Kilmar, Abrego, Garcia, and record inhumane detentions. Our systems, also detentions, are not designed to really house such mass incarceration, and ICE is running out of space. Their lethal use of force under the pretext of the Supremacy Clause, which is without legality or merit, is misleading, and I have been pushing back forcefully about it. To meet increased demand, the administration is planning to house up to 80,000 immigrants in warehouses completely unsuitable for habitation. And I was just outside with a group of AAPI community nonprofits who were saying that many people are being picked up, many of them are legal or have legal status, and are being shipped within 24 hours to warehouses in Texas without transparency or with any access to good treatment or legal rights. There is a processing center that's being proposed in Hagerstown, Maryland, in my district, and I know there's one in Woodbury, Minnesota, less than a half an hour from here. I just want to know that there will be accountability for the president and for Secretary Noem. But in the interim, Mr. Mael, ICE visited a site this week in my district for their proposed warehouse detention center. Is there anything that communities can do to leverage their local legal authorities to push back against ICE expansion? And other than the litigation, what can we do as communities to enact new policies to slow down these detention centers and to give some transparency?
Thank you, Representative. Thank you for that question and for bringing it to the same perspective. Absolutely. Again, there's many things that community members can do to hold ICE and this government accountable. Here in Minnesota, we are actively litigating issues around 287G agreements, including where local law enforcement will sign a contract with DHS and do some of the work for them. And we are litigating when those things are done in a way that isn't prescribed by local law or state law. And there are community activists, advocates who are getting engaged at the county level with sheriffs and being engaged to make sure, whether it's a processing site, whether it's a detention center, whether it's your local sheriff cooperating with ICE, making sure your voice is heard and it is effective to hold people accountable and to bring these issues to light. So thank you for bringing that up.
Thank you for lifting that up, and I yield back. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Representative McClain Delaney. I'd now like to recognize Representative Dave Min from California.
This moment wasn't about rhetoric. It was about power, fear, and consequences. Representative McClain Delaney laid out a chilling picture. ICE raids accelerating without transparency, immigrants, including people with legal status, being transferred across state lines within 24 hours, and detention facilities expanding into warehouses not fit for human beings. What makes this especially serious is the accusation that the administration is invoking the Supremacy Clause as political cover, not lawful authority. That's not just controversial, it's dangerous. When federal power is stretched beyond its legal limits, local communities are left scrambling to protect basic rights. Delaney didn't just criticize, she warned. She named President Trump, she named Secretary Kristi Noem, and she made it clear this is not temporary outrage, but future accountability. The takeaway is stark. This isn't only an immigration issue. It's a test of whether rule of law, due process, and oversight still matter, or whether fear and speed now replace justice.